Hi there, Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time. Continuing the series of answering the various questions or requests for videos that people have left on my celebration video when I celebrated hitting the 2,500 subscriber mark. And we got this one YouTube user who's come out with a pretty cool inquiry, and I think it's one that actually needs addressing, so here we go. The user is Catacomb 1984. So if you're watching Catacomb 1984, thank you very much for your inquiry. It's quite an important one. It says here, Dear Nick, I've read a few occult-related books over the years, but I've not yet tried any rituals. I am very interested in experimenting with something basic in the future. My question is, how can we be certain that the lesser banishing of the pentagram has the desired effects? I'm wondering if there was a way to be certain that it had worked prior to performing a rite or ritual. Are we able to see this in astral vision, perhaps? Sorry if this has already been asked. Congratulations on 2,500. Okay. Big, important inquiry. We don't know. We don't know at all. Phil Hine, in I can't remember which one of the books he wrote. I think it was Prime Chaos. Regarded things such as banishing rituals as centering exercises, something to help you to clear your mind. That's all. Just basically clear your mind, be focused, enter into a meditative state very slightly, and then you can start doing whatever it is, feeling clearer and calmer. And so he invented his based upon chanting the vowels and visualizing lights in different ways than you might see in other banishing rituals. And instead of using four directions of like north, south, west, and east as you would in a lesser banishing ritual, a pentagram or something else of a Kabbalistic or Wiccan base. He came up with the ideas of doing it based upon 8 points, not just 4 cardinal directions, because he's of course into the whole chaos imagery, and therefore the 8-rayed star has got some kind of significance to him. People make these things up. Can we really say that it is sending something away from you, or it really is fortifying your aura? No, I mean, I wanted to really find out more about what these things can actually do and what they can actually be used for. And when I was face-to-face involved with all of these occult types, I'd have said anything to try and get the truth of this powerful, science and art of ultimate change in conformity with the will to unbalance the whole universe that they claimed to have. And they actually did claim that, actually. Yes, they did. They were difficult people. Difficult, I think, is the appropriate word there. And obviously thank you, Catacomb 1984, that you've subscribed to me and you're watching my interpretation of what all this stuff is about, because maybe you're getting a little more of a balanced perspective than some literalist, dogmatic, silly Billy, for want of a better word, or phrase, or series of words and or phrases rammed into one and spoken with great power and passion. Okay. There's strange people in the world who will try and convince you that you have to do this, that, and the other in this, that, and the other way, when essentially it would make more sense to assume that the rituals and the rest of it do something to your mind through inserting little ideas in. So yes, a subtle change in the words you're using or colours you're visualising could have a different effect upon you based upon the associations you built up upon these things. I personally consider ritual to be a form of flowing meditation of sorts, because it is structured, it has some kind of rhythmicness about it, it has a certain elegance of sorts, there's a certain beauty in the routine. And because of that, it can become part of your life. And some people actually use the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram as a way of starting the day, instead of saying a morning prayer. Just they do a centering exercise, basically, or they do a centering exercise or another lesser banishing ritual of pentagram before bed. Other people get on their knees and pray. Other people visualize the middle pillar, like up and down the chakras. Do they all do the same thing? There is an argument to suggest that maybe they do all do the same thing. But then, as each one is semantically different in terms of action, colors, names, intentions, even the emotional variety of emotion that you put into it when you're in your meditative state of mind, or your tranquil, reverent, prayerful, gamma state of mind, whichever one you are using at the time, you're going to get a very slightly different emotional results. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. I think the thing to do is to play with it and to see how it goes. I know that I used to know this one guy who said that he wasn't going to use the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram because it was too powerful, because after someone did the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram near him in a particular sacred area, or an area which he regarded as sacred, he blacked out, and he felt that there was this entity banging, holding onto his head and throwing him forward and backwards, shouting, "This is the wrong time and the wrong place." Strange experiences do happen once in a while. Have I had one of those experiences using the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram? No, I have not. However, using more religious ideas and more formal religious ideas in sort of deep meditation, let's say after like 20 minutes worth of chanting plus other things thrown in, I have had a few weirder things happening. So it's all really rather weird. But I'll finish this video off with a phrase that I used earlier on in the video. We just don't know. We don't. Can we prove that we can do a banishing ritual and it will send away negative energy, or it will send back to, I don't know, wherever it came from, a negative spirit or a demon, back to its source? Can we really say that? Of course, there's no way of saying that at all. At all. We can feel clearer, we can feel wholer, maybe. If we're the kind of person who feels that we can sense spiritual energy, maybe we'll feel that the area that we're in is clearer. Maybe after doing it, we can then do, as it were, spiritual healing type exercises, either on a place or on a person, to see whether we can create a change in a feeling. And then, of course, they will then relate back as to whether there has been a change on some other level, maybe. Okay, so can we reliably say that the Lesser Banishing Ritual of Pentagram will actually banish? I don't think we can. But it does appear to be an important preliminary thing prior to doing other things. I think that's more or less as much as we can say. Good fortune, God and or Goddess and or none of the above bless. Nick Dutch, signing out for now.